What up to the podverse and everybody sleeping in the cloud? Welcome to the Black Claw, where we talk black about TV, film, music, and sometimes we digress into conversation. And sometimes we just drink hot coffee or hot tea, which is recommended by 3 out of 4 cardiologists. But it's iced tea because it's summer and it's hot. My name is Rod. The gentleman on the other side, his name is Ryan. Please say hello to him.
What up? What's happening?
And our audience says hello to you. How you doing?
If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe, like, share, comment. Please comment. And if you're on, that helps us out. If you're on any of the podcast platforms such as Apple, Spotify, RSS, please give us a 5-star rating. And if you don't like what you hear or see, in this case, actually on Spotify you can see us as well. But if you don't like what you hear or see,
we'll do better.
Please, we'll promise to do better, and you can find a lot more clips on the IGTT and the FB. And shout out to Tiffany Customs Creations. They will hook you up with. They make it from scratch, like in Martin. Where's scratch? Make it from scratch. And they'll hook you up. Found at etiffanycreations.com.
For all your apparel needs. What's going on?
None. No non-shout outs this week, but I do, since I feel like people have been asking, and when this episode comes out, I know it'll be old news. But as far as Tuskegee University dress code, Tuskegee University now has a dress code where, and apparently I was told also that Xavier University is in New Orleans is supposedly adopting a similar dress code where basically you can't wear like
your drawers,
like pajamas, I guess, to class, or even they call them skull caps. I just call them do-rags,
bonnets,
and it's bonnets. It's a shower cap. I mean, that's shower caps.
It's a sleeping bonnet.
The only thing that I will say about this is that this is kind of like the Dark Knight with the Joker and Batman, where Alfred had to have that conversation with Bruce and say, well, look, man, you went ahead and messed with everybody, and you didn't think that everybody was just going to take that lying down. This dress code is a result of people going too far. Because I know when I was in college, they used to have dudes and people, especially, I would say mainly from the football team, I think I would see them sometimes go to class in their slippers, or maybe they went to the calf in their slippers or whatever. Maybe the pajama bottoms. Bro, you go into class now with your do-rags on, bro, and your shower caps and your pajamas. This is a case of taking it too far. And now they have to address the situation. And guess what? What do I think about it? I'm not in college. I don't care.
Oh, well, you don't care.
Do not.
Wow.
Do not.
Wow.
My opinion is I don't care.
I thought it'd be a little more. I thought there might be a little bit more, but I don't care.
I'm ready for the brief summary.
Well, before that, we do entertain here, but we also educate. The Black Law word of the day. Today's word, agelist, spelled Agelast, which you probably would think that just sounds like age last, but it is agelist, and it is a noun, a person who never laughs, one who remains habitually grave or mirthless, meaning without humor. Using the sentence, being quite the agelist, Simon's new girlfriend sat through an evening of his edible-influenced friends and couldn't find a laugh to save her life. Ageless. Ageless. She just could find no humor in it. Hmm.
Ageless. A fancy word for a wet blanket.
Yes. Could be that too. Could be that too. But it is time for the brief summary. Brief summary.
Brief summary. Our brief summary is brought to you today by Brevity. If you didn't have it, we'd be here all day.
Claire Huxtable returns to help prep some of our people for the real world, and Freddie is tearing up the laundry room. That's about it.
Yep.
We open in a interview room, so to speak. I call it the interview room, but it's probably a room in the administration building, probably the student union. Our gang is all dressed to the nines. Fly, looking good. Waiting to do dry runs on interviews that they're going to film. The title of this, and I jumped the gun. The title of this is called Success Lies in Videotape. It's a play on the title of the Sundance Steven Soderbergh, director Steven Soderbergh's first film, which was a Sundance winner, called Sex Lies and Videotape. It's written by Adriana Trigiani, directed by, of course, Debbie Allen.
Was Rob Lowe in Sex Lies and Videotape?
He was not.
Okay.
He was not. It was not big on stars when it was done. The big thing was it was in the indie when Sundance was really a big thing.
I remember when it came out. I remember that.
Yeah. Like I said, we end up in this interview room. Our gang is dressed to the nines. Kim is quite nervous. Ron is recalling how fine Miss Huxtable is. It's easy to look at.
Jocking Miss Huxtable.
Dwayne and Whitley are dressed to the nines as usual. Dwayne is rocking his
And might I add,
Kanishiwasu.
Claire Huxtable is fine.
Claire does return. She returns. Let me straight. Freddie is not dressed at all. As a matter of fact, she is dressed for an archaeological project she is working on in Gilbert Hall, which was known as the Gilbert family home. She says there are major differences between the original blueprints and the plans that they have now. Big major difference, and that she's looking into it. At that moment, Claire enters. Ron shoots his shot he's not hitting on her, but he's kind of like, Miss Huxtable, you're looking fine as usual.
And Claire lets him know really fast, I'm here for career development.
Claire deflects like Myles Garrett. And gets around. She mashes Ron. She moves around like Myles Garrett, now of the Los Angeles Rams. Jaleesa asks about Denise. Everybody's excited to see her. How's Denise? Whitley, I heard Denise got rid of those ropes from her hair. I know you're relieved. And Claire, in only Claire way, can say, good to see you too, Whitley. Yeah. Loosely translated, you annoying SOB.
Yeah.
Jaleesa asked about, like I said, Freddie's in this moment. She's like, not dressed.
Freddie doesn't want to be there.
Freddie doesn't want to be there. She lets it be known. She doesn't want to be there. You know, it represents business, the corporate lifestyle that she doesn't want to, but then why are you here? Well, I don't want to disrespect you, Miss Huxtable, which she already had. And she's like,
baby.
But she lets it
You're
know.
Good.
Yeah, you're good. She lets it know we can do this. We can go. You can go first, because she says Claire lets out a very sly. She says something about your clothes may need to. I'm working in the laundry room. Yes, they may need to go into the laundry. I was like, oh, Claire. But again, Claire does the interview and she sends her on her merry way. Whitley enters. We go with Whitley first. Claire asks Whitley about her major. She says she's an art history major. But Whitley is avoiding the real conversation. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do. I really don't. I
Yeah.
just don't know what the hell I'm going to do. Everybody
In
dressed
fact,
up
in
there.
fact, she asked for the camera to be turned off so she could have a poignant
Yeah.
conversation about this.
Um, and Claire gets to say, I suggest you go maybe talk to somebody in career development. And Whitley says, is that for poor people? I was like, you are so.
But she, at least she did. I will say this: she did. You know, I guess moving on with that, she let her know that a lot of graduating seniors are, uncertain about what's next up. But I ain't gonna lie, bro. I wish I'd have had something like that when I was at school, and maybe there were opportunities for that I didn't know, if they were, and because I am not good at interviewing. Like I am not good at interviewing. Just like I'm not good at standardized tests.
Mhm.
Interviewing, like it takes me time to, like, once I'm like kind of understanding what we.
Yeah. It's it's a weird place because I wish I could have got some career development. I needed career development in high school. I had the wrong people talking. My I had the no. I guess no offense, but offense. I guess it is. My career counselors at in high school, just like you were directing me in the wrong. I was in the wrong direction. I definitely was in the wrong direction.
Our career, our
I don't know
counselor.
if he had it at how. I don't. I mean, I don't know.
I don't
Every
know.
school has.
I
I think
No, I'm
every
talking about
school.
high school.
Okay.
High school, our counselor. I just remember. I just call him JB. JB. Whenever our career counselor walked through the hallways. Hello, Mr. Rabbit.
That can't be good. I don't even. That just can't be good. There's nothing good can come out of that comment right there. There's nothing.
Bruh. Every time you walk through, bruh, you can hear from down off. Hello, Mr. Rabbit.
It's nothing. I don't even know what you're talking or who you're talking, but there's
Bro,
nothing.
we would be crying in the hallways.
Nothing positive can be coming. Uh, uh, but Claire, I mean, again, Whitley is just. She has an art. I mean, we've learned in early episodes. She's got an art. She's getting an art history major so she can know how to design or decorate her home from her husband, who makes a lot of money. Like she hasn't really made a plan. Her plan was to get a husband.
I
That's
tell you
what
what's,
it.
I tell you what's interesting though about her is that moving forward, when she got with the good Senator Byron,
Mm-hmm.
um, the way one of the ways they kind of discovered each other was she was able to get money at get donations at campaign rallies,
Yes.
and she could have gone into business school probably and easily gotten an MBA because she knows how to talk that talk. Like I put her as she go get her real estate license and probably sell
Yeah.
those houses like they ain't nothing.
That could have been. Yeah, that would have been good for Whitney. No doubt about it. Um, we cut to the next. Claire is seeing one person out. He's like he can't say it's been a it's been a pleasure. Yes, that is played by Calvin Brown Jr. Calvin Brown Jr. was a writer on Moesha, Married with Children, The Parkers, Malcolm and Eddie, and The Proud Family. He is your frat brother. He is from North Carolina. He wrote on what was the Kevin Hart show? I think he wrote on the Kevin Hart show.
The
Yeah, I think he
Hollywood
wrote on that
Husbands.
too. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. I think he went to UNC. Not
Okay.
sure. But Calvin Brown Jr. I said, why do I know this person? But it was just a younger version of him, and I said
Yeah.
that is Calvin Brown. Um, as the young man leaves, Mr. Gaines enters. He brought a sandwich. Oh, Claire Hanks. Oh,
But what do you call that sandwich? Uh,
every
a veggie something, everything but the. I don't know.
it's just Mr. Gaines. I'm trying something. Everything on this sandwich is green. But yeah, I was like, that doesn't sound appetizing at all. That's how you keep your. He said that's how you keep your lovely
Oh, love
frame.
that figure.
You know, Mr. Gaines, I got the feeling that Claire said, you know, Mr. Gaines, if I offered you some draws, I think you take it.
Yeah.
That's what. Because it's like, Mr. Gaines, why were you looking at my lovely figure? when,
And
that's how you keep that
he,
lovely.
he was peeping out when she was Claire Hanks.
How about that? It's like there are very sly ways to say things back in the day. Now we're just very brutal. Like, girl, you got a booty on you. But back then it's like, you that lovely figure. That Mr. Gaines is in there. Jaleesa enters. Jaleesa seems to go through her interview, and Claire goes through all the questions, and Jaleesa has all the answers.
Yeah,
Business
she was
wise,
ready.
I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. You know, I'm gonna have this by the time I'm.
All the way down to marriage and kids.
No, she didn't. That's just it.
She
'Cause
did
said,
though, but if you think about it, because she asked her about her life, and she was like, "Well, I figure I'll be married by this time, probably have these children by this time." She was like,
Okay,
"Man,
she did, but she said, but then
it
she
wasn't
said,
on her original.
okay,
It wasn't in her original speech,
yeah, okay, it wasn't
but
in
it
her original date.
was. It didn't. But she was still pretty quick on her toes
She
when she
was.
talked about it.
She was quick on it, but the glitch was when Jaleesa's like, "Can I be honest? Can I have all that?" He's like, "Yeah, but life gonna be lifing." That's in so many
Yeah,
words. Life will start to lifing on you. That one kid could turn into triplets. That one, you know what I mean?
yeah.
You could get that raise, and it could be more than what you asked for. You could get that job, and it could be way more than what you want. You know, are
They
you
can
ready
start
for
asking
that?
you to do janky stuff.
Are you ready to? You know, are you ready? Are you ready for the changes? Are you ready for? Are you ready for the left for the sink for the Nolan Richards sinker
Yeah,
that they gonna throw? You know, that type that's gonna come at you.
Nolan Ryan.
Huh? Nolan
Nolan
Ryan.
Ryan.
Yeah, why am I saying Nolan?
I was like, you
I
think the
mixed up
basketball
two.
coach?
I mixed up two. Oh, that's Nolan Richards. Ah, Nolan Richards. Yeah,
Richardson. Richardson?
Richardson.
Yeah.
You know what? I thought about Nolan Ryan and J.R. Richards, both Houston Rockets. I mean Houston Astro
Houston.
pitchers.
You asked. Oh, okay.
Nolan Richards, which should have
I don't
been
know. I don't know Richards. I know Nolan
J.R.
Ryan.
Richards. J.R. Richards.
If I see
Oh,
it,
yeah. I mean, Nolan Ryan is known more for heavens. I mean, he's the Nolan Ryan Express. I mean, 6 shutout. I mean, yeah, 6. Yeah, but no, J.R. Richards he was wicked. He had a stroke.
I
Had a
mean,
stroke.
New Orleans. I mean, the Houston Astros is basically the adopted baseball team by New Orleanians.
Yeah, it definitely is. And yeah, I got them mixed up. Nolan, I added 2 pictures together. Uh, but life throws you sinkers, plain and simple.
Yeah.
The laundry. We go to the laundry room. Walter finds Freddie cracking the bricks in the laundry room. And Walter loses. Walter say, "What the hell are you doing? Tearing up the laundry room." She explains that there's something behind there. But here, wait, hold on. I thought she had the okay to do this, didn't she?
I don't think so. Maybe
When
she
she
did. I
talking
don't know.
about this archaeological dig, like she had the okay, wasn't she? Am I wrong?
I mean, if you think about it, if you think about students in college, I don't know. I know about HBCUs. We seem to kind of go to our own beat.
Bruh, she talked about an archaeological project. Like, this was with the school.
She said an archaeological dig for her class. She didn't say anything else about it.
For
And
her
we're
class.
talking about Freddie, who does not think before she does. She does before she thinks. So I can totally picture her doing what she was doing at that time with no supervision and no, uh, um, she was not allowed. Like she didn't get any permission to do that.
I mean, it just felt like I was like, wait, you got she's in touch with a professor, quote unquote. Well, we haven't talked about this. She hadn't
She,
talked about that.
if she talked to a professor, you can totally see her giving some broad, you know, some broad answer, and professor's like, okay, 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 because it's Freddie. He's like, yeah, go, 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 let's go.
Bruh, she has broken the bricks. I mean, honestly, yeah, it's like I was.
The
It
biggest
was a
part, though, is that she thought that she may have discovered the Underground Railroad.
yes. I'm sorry, I got off. Yeah, the big thing was she's telling Walter. She says, "I think I found the." They found this just like room, this area behind the laundry room. He said, "I think I found the Underground Railroad," which in turn made Walter say, "You think we're gonna be on the cover of Ebony?" Which back then, hey man, you made the cover of Ebony,
Cover
man.
Ebony?
Man, Ebony magazine, Johnson and Johnson publication. I mean, honestly, being on the cover of Jet would be something, but you on the cover of Ebony, man, that's Life magazine right there. That's
I mean, it was literally, Eddie Murphy literally made it a pose.
it's
Remember, what was it? What did he say? Ebony Man of the Year?
that's black man. Man, that is Black World right there, brother. That like you on the. Oh, I was like,
That magazine hit your mailbox? You see who on the cover?
oh,
And all of us was like, ooh, Ebony. That means Jet is right behind. Page 40, 42,
43.
43,
Don't you insist?
page
Don't you?
43.
If you know, you know. If you know, you know. We come back from.
Hey, speaking of if you know, you know, digression. It's about New Orleans. Shout out to Morris Bart, the injury lawyer in New Orleans, who has a billboard that has him on it with IYKYK. If you know, you know. And when we looked up there, hey, whatever year that was when we went to Mardi Gras, I was like, you know, he's right. He's right.
Right. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Back
See,
to the
that's
show.
all. It's all the game. It's all in the game. We come back to the laundry room. We return Freddie and Walter. We learned that there's a trap door below a trap door up to the lobby of Gilbert Hall that Freddie has found. They noticed they found a Bible, an old Bible in there. And Freddie's like, don't touch anything. I'm going to call my professor. She said, I'm going to call my professor and he's going to call Dr. Xander. And we explore it. Like they said, she truly feels that this is the Underground Railroad. Don't touch it. You're on a dig. You don't touch anything.
Yeah.
We go to the interview room.
Kim is having a nervous breakdown.
Man.
Kim Walona Woods. Reese.
Claire is talking to Kim, and she's like, she compliments her. She just cries instantly. Ah! And Kim goes this thing about, I have this 4.0 GPA, and everyone expects me to be a doctor. What if I'm not good enough? And Claire tells her, child, you gotta relax. You just gotta relax. I mean, it's cool to be Claire right now, but I got that feeling.
Joint?
I got the feeling that would be
Joint?
different. That'd be something if Claire would. I mean, I would love to have seen Claire go through this. Claire couldn't have been.
Yeah, Claire is all. Yeah, she had to be a little
I mean,
snippy
that's life
back
in
then.
general. It's like now. I was having the conversation this morning at breakfast. Like, you get older, you see things through different eyes now. You know what I mean? And
Hey, the older you get, the less you care.
yeah, the
For
less
me,
you
it
care.
is.
I think
let me
it's
let me back it up. I the less I care about certain things that I cared about, maybe situations, maybe responses, how I respond to certain things. I don't care about that as much as I did when I was younger. And it should
yeah,
actually be that way because when you are younger, you can mess up your life a whole lot faster than when you're older.
that's true. You know what? Yesterday I was at a function and let's just say bourbon was being poured. And
Yes.
a person that I didn't expect to be there arrived, and my attitude inside was like, "What? like what?" And I was having a few drinks or whatever, and I knew in my mind every time this person said something, I would be like, "Ha ha ha." It's like this. It was an episode of What's Happening when that dude was like, ha ha ha.
I do
And,
remember that.
and I kept doing it. And when I left, I was talking to my boy as I left. I said, man, I really felt like, I hope nobody, I really felt, when your boy came, he really just put a damp on things for me. And every time he says something, I don't have a poker face. He says, I hope nobody noticed. He said, I did. I did. He said, oh, I said, you did? He said, yeah, it was clear. It was clear cut. You had no love. You had no love. I was like, what? He said, oh yeah, oh yeah. It was clear. No,
Oh yeah.
you had no love for this person. He said, you think everybody knows? Oh no, it was just me. But it was clear. It was clear you had no love. like, just like you, that's how shocked I was. So
What
yeah,
was that? What was that? You know what that sounds like? It sounds like the when they interviewed after Buckwheat got shot and they interviewed everybody in the killer's hometown. The
yeah.
guy was arrested, and every time they said, "Oh, he's such a nice guy, such a nice guy." Do you think he killed Buckwheat? Oh yes, definitely.
Oh yes.
That's all they
That's,
ever
a,
talked about.
that's all they ever talked about. Killing buckwheat.
I remember one day he said, one day I am going to kill
Buckwheat.
Buckwheat. And he did. He did.
And I guess, like I
Uh,
say, which brings us back, the whole thing about just, I guess, looking at Kim is like, yeah, you look at things like I'm curious what Kim is going to be in the new different world now. Like the new different world, like I know she's going. I wonder what she's going to be like. Is she going to have the
she gonna
same?
still be with Lona Woods Reese. Still dropping info on people and dropping all the gossip.
We're going to. Time will tell. Time will tell. Enter now. We cut to Ron. Ron, full of piss and vinegar, and just, I'm not with you, Mister. Like he's just cocky as hell.
He acted a fool, bro.
He did. It's like my future is bright. I'm going to take over my dad's corporation. He has a new commercial. Talks about selling cars. My dad is a charmer, and then he acts like he kind of implicates his father. Like, my dad.
Man, he
You
got
know,
serious. He
but
got
he's like, my
serious.
dad's, I got it going on. I'm gonna take over my dad's car dealership. Got
My
new
dad's a
commercials.
gigolo.
Yeah, it's so many words. Everyone likes my dad. Like, I don't know, loosely translated, my dad is, putting it down
My
around
dad
town.
is messing over my dad is messing over my mama, man.
That's what it was like. I was like, what did you say that your dad is cheating on your mama? Cause that's what it sounds. They say I'm just like him. Uh, it's revealing, and he does it. It's like he's kind of like, I love my dad, but I don't want to be like my dad.
I tell you one thing. I was talking to and this is sort of a digression. Still same topic though. I was a friend of mine and I were talking, and we were, catching up on people, and we got to one person who, you know, he out there running those streets, bro, and he married. And I said, hey, do your thing. I said, you do know though, when it comes back, it's probably gonna hurt a lot more when
Boob
it hits back to you.
Boobo learned with his first wife. That's why he look like that now. Boobo learned with his first wife. I'm telling you, it comes back.
Don't fool around and try to come home surprise your wife early. Be like Ray Parker Jr. Come. What'd he say? What'd he say? Oh, that's
Get
this is
your
the perfect.
get your feelings hurt.
Yeah, this is a perfect time to remind you all that we did an episode on the top cheating songs of all time. Our top cheating songs of all time, which pretty much, for the most part, go to R&B. Um, you know, the Black Law,
No, in Black
and
Love, but it
we had
wasn't about all R&B. It wasn't all R&B. Don't say that. It wasn't.
all right,
Humanly,
except for Humanly, but they were produced by Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis.
all right, man. You're right. There you
Come
go.
home and get your feelings hurt. Ray Parker Jr.
That's the part we were talking about. Basically, Ron don't want to be like his dad. We go to the laundry room and find Professor Xander confirming that this could be a part of the Underground Railroad.
The real Dr. Huxtable.
Played by Hall of Famer, NFL Hall of Famer.
He's an Hall of Famer?
Yeah.
Really?
NFL Hall of Famer Ahmad Rashad.
Ahmad Rashad was busting like that?
Yeah, Ahmad Rashad was
I didn't get a chance, obviously, to see him play.
number 20.
That was in the 70s. I know he played wide receiver.
Yeah, number 28. Yep. Yeah, he's in the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was rolling like that.
And Claire Huxtable's husband.
Then
husband, Felicia Rashad's husband. And Sinbad's like, we gonna be in Ebony?
She's gonna be in Ebony.
We're gonna get this, we're gonna win an award?
She's gonna win an award.
You're not gonna do anything. We go back to the interview room to see Dwayne. And Dwayne is confident. It's like, I got the Kanishiwa. You know about this. I'm doing well.
Had to check Dwayne too.
Yeah, and he's like, what? How did she wait? She checked her on what? The whole.
I think when he first came in, it was. I don't think it was during the interview.
Oh
part.
no, he said that I was, I was playing around. They said, you played on my daughter. You were trying to. It's like, no, I wasn't trying to play on Denise and nothing. But yes, you were. Yes, you were. You were. So stop. You're lying to Miss Huxtable right now. You're lying because you was trying to get yours.
And this is another fantastic time to point you all to. We did season 1 of A Different World. That was when we first started. I would skip episodes maybe 1 through 3 because we were still kind of trying to get our
Footing.
Yeah, get our footing. Good.
Like I said, she's talking to Dwayne, and Dwayne is like, but my personal life. It's like, you haven't found somebody. It's like, I'm trying. I found somebody, Miss Huxtable, but and he describes, and she says, Whitley Gilbert? Oh, Dwayne. She's like, just Dwayne, please. Why do you want this problem in your life? Good Lord. Why? She's like, oh, come on.
You know what? I'm ready for them. I would like to see them bring Claire Huxtable back on the New Different World to run it, to go to the Wayne household.
You married her and procreated? Oh,
Y'all
God.
had kids?
Y'all had kids? Man. things never worked out with Martin and Denise. That'd be, oh my God. So yeah, Dwayne, she tells us like, well, I said, if that's your choice, oh well. It is what it is.
Mhm.
We go back to the laundry room. Professor is saying his thank yous and goodbye, and he ironically walks past his real life wife,
Yeah.
Felicia Rashad. And she said the whole camp. She comes in and said, "Freddie, the campus is abuzz about your find."
She was
Freddie states
so she was
she
so
wants.
excited.
Freddie states she wants to make. She realized she's like talking to us like how this has been such an amazing thing for her to happen. This whole, I know being that you had your whole business interview thing, and she discovers like I want to make a difference in like I want to make money, but I want to make a difference in this world. Uh, and you
Which
know what?
was
This whole
and
episode was a real thing. It was a real thing.
it was because when Freddie said that, she still had no answer. She said, "I want to make a difference in the world." Wow. Can you elaborate?
Well, I mean,
You want to go on? You
she's
want to go on a mission? What do you want
oh,
to do, man?
right
You want to
now.
go work for Teach for America?
If this is the Underground Railroad, she is making a difference, and hasn't she? Hasn't she made a difference?
I mean, she proved
I don't
that
know
it
what's
was
going to
there.
happen. I don't know what's going to happen after this, but I'm just saying.
You know, it'd be interesting if, since they're trying to change all of the history books right now, it would be interesting for now lawyer, I'm assuming, lawyer
Ah,
Freddie
yes.
to be in a court case against the U.S. government about proving the
Ah,
Underground Railroads.
that would be interesting. That would be. That would, that would
And
really be.
then you would have the Netflix documentary on what took what happened to season 1 of The Return of a Different World with Cree
Oh,
Summer sitting in the chair to explain, well, y'all
doing
ready to
that thing.
hear?
What is it? Me
Yeah,
preparing for the
yeah,
Netflix documentary about what happened.
yeah,
that
that
new
new
thing
thing.
online.
It did. The first one fooled me too. I saw one. I saw one. The first one that I ever saw was a Netflix documentary coming out about HBCUs in the financial aid office, and I was like, I said, I called my wife. I was like, hey, do you know there's a Netflix documentary coming out? I cannot wait to see this. And then
No,
I
there's
started
not.
seeing the other ones. I was like,
No, there's not. You fooled me. You said you fooled me, internet. That's what you did. You fooled me, internet. And I'm gonna get back at you for that.
I
You fooled me.
guarantee you, and I guarantee you, I'm pretty sure I mentioned that to my son, and he was like, "You fell for that?"
Yeah. Do you have to berate me like that? That's what you said. You don't have to berate me like that. The way
You
you
know,
said that, you fell for that. You didn't have to say it like that. You
dude,
didn't have to. You didn't
I
have
was
to
just
talk to
looking
me
at
like that.
I was just watching a video. Um, I was just watching a video about it's about the Saints, an upcoming season in the NFC South, and it was a dude. It was a four. It had like four boxes with people in it, and it was like Booger McFarland, this lady in the middle, Lewis Riddick, and this other guy. I swore
That is
that
a
he
quartet.
was,
That is a quartet for your ass. You just said Booker McFarlane, that lady in the middle, Louis Riddick, and the other guy. That just makes me
and
smile.
dude, the guy on the end, he was like, I thought he was actually talking to Lewis Riddick, and then he started talking about the Saints and what he thought was going to happen this year. And at the end, I said, wait a minute, they weren't part of it. They weren't part of this. and I had just given Ross his depiction shot, and he was right there watching it with me. I said, Ross, I didn't know. I thought he was a part of the video. You didn't know that?
You didn't know. You
You have
didn't
to
know
be
that.
so. You have to be so at me,
You didn't know that. Come
bro.
on,
I was like,
man.
bro, I felt like he threw the U in my face.
You didn't know that. You didn't know. Oh my God, this is so embarrassing. um,
The show ends
I mean,
like it
it's
ends with the
ve-
shackle.
yeah. It ends on. I mean, we're in this room. Going back to Freddie and Claire, it's like we're in this room. The campus is all abuzz, and she wants to make a difference.
You know what
And
episode that was the equivalent of an Cosby Show, right?
no,
You know, say it. When
nope,
Vanessa and
nope,
Denise got into that fight,
no, no.
and at the end, Dr. King,
I'm not.
the
Nope.
Dr. King's speech
Ah,
was
la la
on,
la. Don't you say it. Don't not.
and it ended with that pause. That was the ending of that different world.
That is so not equivalent to that Dr. King thing was just that was going 80 miles an hour and being told you got to go left at the last second. That right
Nah,
there.
remember when
That
the show came out?
no,
The original episode
they were in the
came out
other
in
room.
January around Dr. Martin Luther King's
You
birthday.
cannot that just
It,
slowly panning down to what might be shackles is nothing compared to literally going down the highway.
I'm not saying that it is the exact same. I am saying the equivalent. That is that is their equivalent of that Cosby Show episode. They took it up a
Then
notch.
then
They
it's
went
then,
from Dr. Martin Luther King to straight up slavery.
man. Man, Rudy randomly watching Dr. King's speech. Ah!
Rudy, why aren't you in?
Black men and white men, black. Oh, come on, y'all, really? I love you, Denise. I love you too, Vanessa. Stop.
They didn't even do it. They
I
just,
know.
eh.
They didn't. They just looked at each other and said. They said it with a look. They said it with a look. You know what? I hate digressing like that at the end of the episode, but you did that, and yeah, it ended up. That's how the show ended, or whatever. The Black Log is sponsored by Fade to Black Funeral Homes. Death is a part of life, so put life into your loved one's death at Fade to Black Funeral Home with T-shirt printing and tattoo artists on site to commemorate your loved one's fade to black. Most HBCU thing, a student like Freddie doing something like that. that's
And mine is sort of in the same realm where I said finding something blacker at an HBCU than the HBCU. That was blacker than that HBCU. Finding the Underground Railroads is blacker than Hillman College.
Yes, it is. Yes, no doubt about that. Least likely thing to happen at HBCU, the dorm director died in the laundry room. That's not happening. They just not. What? Hey, there's a problem with the laundry room. I'll send somebody down there. The dorm director is never going in the laundry room. Never.
Mine is finding something blacker than the HBU at an HBCU. That is also highly unlikely. So finding the Underground Railroads is blacker than the HBCU. But actually finding the Underground Railroads at the HBCU is highly unlikely.
Highly unlikely. Yes, it is. Hip hop song I had Funkin' Lesson by X Plan.
Okay.
Funkin'
Mine
Lesson.
since the subject area was the Underground Railroads with Harriet Tubman, I went with Revolutionary Generation by Public Enemy. America took her, replaced her, raped her. No, it never made the paper.
Oh, that's that's a good one. I didn't even think about that.
Beat us, made us attack our woman in black.
HBC alum needed as a guest star. I had Howard University architecture graduate and writer Rod Email playing Harmon Childs, aka Slim. He and Claire going through his interview, and he just keeps coming at it. He keeps shooting his shot real hard. Yeah, Miss Huxtable. Yes, yes, I hear you're married. I'd love to talk to you later about, well, family life and how you balance it out, maybe over dinner. Slim just keeps shooting his shot, and Claire is intrigued, but shakes it off.
Huh? Okay.
Guest Roddy Mel as Harmon Childs, aka Slim, on this episode of What If? What If?
I also have an HU grad, Laz Alonso,
Oh man.
who just kind of talks to somebody at the pit and says, "Yo, B, that's the Underground Railroad, son."
This shit. It's just get this shit. Woo, man. What if? What if Vanessa pissed Claire off right before she left, and Claire was just curt as hell with everybody?
Well, that'd be pretty good.
What? What? You know what, Jaleesa? You know
Sure.
what you know what's gonna happen? You know what's gonna happen, Jaleesa? You're gonna have a child that doesn't respect you, and they're gonna do things. They're gonna piss you off, and they're gonna do. You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna go to Baltimore to see the wretched. That's,
That's she gonna have poor Kim in the nut house.
oh man, what is wrong with you, little girl? You had a 4.0. God damn.
My what
Yeah.
if is, what if that was actually, that whole Freddy situation was actually an episode of Punk'd, and Freddy went back home in shame. She did not find the actual Underground Railroads, but she was punked. And what was your boy name who used to be on Punk?
It's so. It's
What was that
so,
dude's name?
Oh God.
What was the dude's
God, he
name? I
used to
forgot
be on
his
the
name.
'70s show too, right? The '70s show
He
dude.
married Demi Moore for a minute.
Sure did. God, I can't remember his name. The Demi. Oh man, that would be so messed up. That would be so messed up.
You are punked. This is not the Underground Railroads. In fact, it is just the back of the wall. You see this shackle right here? We put this right here for you to find.
Wow, that is wow. That is so bad right there. If that, like, dude, you really thought this was like you thought this was proper, dude? Like, you thought it was the Underground Railroad. This is so bad.
And we want to thank Walter for helping us out. Walter, I can't believe you did this to me.
They paid me. They paid me, Freddie. Debbie Allen touch. She put her brother-in-law in it.
He was it? Yeah, he did.
She gave her brother-in-law a job. They said, "What, Ahmad?"
At the time he was doing all right. He had moved from doing football to doing NBA on NBC.
Yeah. So, is that your frat brother? He's your frat brother.
I can't remember. I honestly can't remember.
He went to the University of Oregon. He's the first person I've ever really just remembered, like a football player, like a Duck, Ahmad Rashad. The Ducks were not the Ducks back then.
I feel like he may be. I really can't remember.
Oh. Yeah, he's an Oregon Duck. Like, he was Oregon Duck before Ducks were like.
Yeah, actually, Amara Rashad is.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I learned that over 30 years ago.
Um, he's but yeah, he was one of the first NFL players I ever knew to have be a duck. Uh, as far as I ain't got no HBCU story because I wasn't digging. I wasn't
I can't even think of anything remotely close.
close to what Freddie has done.
I
I
tell you
can't
what I
think.
did.
Not even the interview thing. Not even the interview thing. I don't remember that.
I will say, yes, I know. No, I know. I know. I can.
You're still trying. I tried all week, and I was like, I don't remember anything. I
Like
tried.
I was literally about to start talking about something, but when I tell you, it had nothing to do with anything related to anything that we have talked about in the past hour
It is
or
not even.
50 minutes.
It is
Like
not
it had
even.
nothing
It
to
is
do with
not
it.
remotely related to this universe. It's not
Like
even.
if I started talking about what I was about to start discussing, anybody watching this show or listening to it would be like, "What the hell's he talking about?"
You know. I didn't mention this, but I don't know about anybody else. I have an iPhone, and I was in the Apple store with a relative this week, and I said, I'm curious about upgrading my phone, getting a new phone because I cracked the lid, the sheet, and the person said, I really don't think anything's wrong with your phone. I said, ma'am, do you look at this phone? I say it's really, really horrible. I can't see anything. It's cracked. He said, no, I really think it's not what you think it is, ma'am. The phone is bad. That woman peeled that little thing off, the shield off, and she held it up. It looked like I don't even know how to explain how bad it was.
Bro, you've had that on your phone that whole time, bro? What a waste.
She put the new one on, and I keep looking at this phone every day like I feel like I got a whole new phone. She
I
said
will say that's a pretty good that's like finding $5 in your pocket though.
it was because I thought I had to get a new phone. She's like, you don't need to upgrade. It's like your phone pretty much works. She said, and she held that thing up. It looked like it just is hard. It looked like a spider web. It was so bad. I was like,
You know what? I recently like my work computer, I've been looking at the screen, it's been so dark. I'm like, man, why does my screen look like that? And somebody came in my office and
brightness.
it was just a young where it was like a person younger. They started pressing the button and I was like, wow, look at it getting bright. And I was like, and then I looked at it and then I looked at the the little picture on it and I was like, oh, the sun. That means
Oh,
to get brighter.
brighter.
Oh,
Oh. And you've been sitting there for 3 months just watching it go dim. It's like
3 months. About about 2 years. Bro, like, bro, I've been looking
He said 2 years.
I've been looking at this computer I'm like, damn man, why is my computer?
Somebody just come in and take a hand and go,
That's exactly what they did, man. I was like, oh,
you'll be happy when somebody saves you, but it'd be like just the simplest thing. They come in, it's like, you poor, poor man.
and like you, when I'm looking, I'm like, man, the screen looks so good now. Like, wow. And the computer that I'm on right now, the other day I started pressing it. I was like, ooh, I pressed that button and it didn't even get bright. I was like, oh, it's already bright. So when it was dark, I didn't know it. And I didn't press nothing. And then it
and,
was when it was bright, I was like, ooh, it's dark. And I pressed it again. I was like, oh, guess
and
it's
right
already
after
bright.
and right after you have this revelation, you just go through the past 2 years, be like, damn, I remember. I remember when I struggled for about 2 hours with a document that probably was.
I would be looking at this screen like, Damn, it's so dark. Can't believe this screen. I need
I,
to bring my computer back.
I remember I missed half that Monday night game because of that shit. That's the same way I felt with this phone. Like, there are times I just gave up. I said, you know what? I don't really need whatever it is I need because I'm tired of pressing on this thing.
It's like, man, it's ridiculous.
Here's the wins, man. Here's the small wins.
Yep.
I enjoyed this. I always remember this episode. Uh, it's number 3 in a run of just very poignant shows. You got this one. We got the one before it about
It was a good
race.
run. It's a pretty good run.
It's a run but the whole season is great. We're not even halfway through.
Yeah.
Because the second season, I'm looking at this is when we kind of kick in slightly with the whole. You see the Dwayne thing. It's dribs and drabs, just
Yeah.
enough to keep it going with him and Whitley. So until next week, from me, Ryan, and well, Boo Boo, who's on his second wife. Peace.